twisted stories, 5 impossible mysteries. Only the sharpest minds can solve them. Can you crack the truth before it's revealed? Let the game begin. It was a foggy winter night when Inspector Howard arrived at the remote Hillcrest train station. The train had arrived on time, but something was very wrong. The station master, Mr. Jennings, had been found dead on the platform, lying face down in the snow. There were no footprints around the body except his own. The security cameras weren't working due to a storm, and the platform was otherwise undisturbed. The oddest thing, Mr. Jennings had sent a message to the control office exactly 1 minute before the train arrived. Everything is clear, all set. The medical examiner later revealed that Jennings had died instantly from a blow to the back of the head. There were no signs of struggle or theft. The station had only one entry, and the only people on the train were a few passengers, none of whom had gotten off at Hillcrest. So the question remains, who killed the station master, and how was it done without anyone stepping onto the platform? For 25 years, old Thomas tended to the Everwatch lighthouse. Isolated from the world, he lived peacefully until one stormy night his radio went silent. Days later, a rescue team braved the waves and hiked up the rocks to find the lighthouse door locked from the inside. They forced it open and discovered Thomas slumped in his chair, dead. His dinner was still warm. The logbook had a single final entry. He is finally here. But there were no signs of a break-in. No boats had docked recently. The team found no footprints, and the tower was impossible to climb due to its sheer cliffs. Yet, Thomas's terrified expression told them this was no natural death. So, the chilling question is, if the door was locked, the cliffs were impassable, and no one came by boat, who or what did Thomas see that night? In a reality TV competition set on a private island, 5 contestants remained. One evening during a live challenge, a contestant named Lila stepped into a chamber to complete a solo task. She never came out. The camera feed inside the chamber went black for 3 minutes. When the door was finally opened, it was completely empty. There were no exits, no tunnels, and no tools or weapons. The chamber had one steel door and stone walls over 1 meter thick. The remaining contestants were all being filmed continuously and had no opportunity to approach the chamber unnoticed. Security claimed the area was sealed off. No boats, helicopters, or external contact was made during filming. So, the big question the world asked was, how did Lila vanish from a locked chamber with no exit and no one to help her escape? At a luxurious countryside estate, 6 guests attended a private dinner hosted by the wealthy Lord Atherton. During dessert, the lights suddenly went out for exactly 15 seconds. When they came back on, Lord Atherton was dead, face down in his plate, poisoned. Everyone at the table was shocked. The poison acted instantly, yet no one heard anything during the blackout, no screams, no sounds of struggle. The poison couldn't have been in the food. It was pre-tasted by the chef earlier and declared safe. All guests had been checked for weapons, and no one left their seat. So how did someone poison Lord Atherton's food in just 15 seconds, in total darkness, and without moving? Who was the killer, and how did they do it? Eleanor was a private art collector who lived in a mansion filled with priceless paintings and antique mirrors. She rarely left her home, and only her butler, James, had access. One evening, she was found dead in her study. The door was locked from the inside. There were no signs of injury, just a shattered mirror and a single fingerprint on its frame, which didn't match anyone in the house or on record. The mirror was said to be part of a cursed collection, but Eleanor had dismissed those tales. Before her death, she had called her lawyer and left a voicemail whispering, "He's here. I saw him in the mirror." The police found no one else in the mansion and no forced entry. So the question is, what did Eleanor see in the mirror? And how did it lead to her death in a locked room with no intruder? All right, detectives, take off your thinking caps. It's answer time. The killer was on the train itself. As the train passed, someone leaned out and struck Mr. Jennings with a blunt object, then disappeared as the train moved on. No footprints were left because the killer never stepped off. Thomas saw his reflection or hallucination caused by long-term isolation and fear. The stress triggered a heart attack. The he in the logbook was likely a personification of death. The chamber had a trapdoor or hidden panel built into the set for dramatic effect, which was disabled for normal use, but someone secretly activated it. Lila used it to escape or was taken. The poison was on the fork or spoon, coated with fast-acting toxin. During darkness, the killer swapped Atherton's utensil with a poisoned one and returned to their seat silently. The mirror was rigged to reveal a hidden passage or a person standing behind it. The fingerprint belonged to the intruder, who used the mirror to scare Eleanor, causing her fatal shock. He escaped through the secret passage before anyone arrived. So, how many riddles did you solve? Let us know in the comments below. If you loved the challenge, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for even harder mysteries next time. Until then, stay sharp, detectives.